that made me happy. So this story is about a student from Drexel University. This is a college in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the United States. Her name is Amina Ibrahim, and she is Sudanese. So what she is doing is she's doing henna. She does henna on people, and I've talked about this in a previous video. So I'm gonna link the video with the sources in the description about how Sudanese have claimed henna to come from them, and guess what? I believe them. I believe them. So what she has done is she has family that are victims of the war in Sudan, which I also talked about a couple years ago, and I'm happy that they're finally getting the global level. They needed the global exposure about the war happening in Sudan, because this has happened 3 times already, and all hashtag all world no, I'm sorry, hashtag all wars matter. Hashtag all wars matter. Every war needs exposure globally. So they're starting to get their just due, and I'm happy, and I'm going to continue to talk about their war and other wars that are not getting the global exposure that they deserve. As a child, as a person who's had families that have been in civil war that barely got any, and this was a different time. I get it. Social media wasn't as big. That barely gets any exposure. This is so imperative to me, and I'm so passionate about this because it's ugly when you see it up close. And I wasn't even in the physical war, but when you see how it lands on people, it's ugly. And that's something that we need to talk about more. And mental health in relation to being a refugee and being in civil wars. That's a whole nother topic. We get into that, and then being a refugee in another country and having to start life over like nothing happened, right? And just get a job. It doesn't work like that. You need a whole mental and soul reset, in my opinion. Okay, so what she does, back to the story, is that she has different events on campus or around in which she does traditional henna and jagua ink, which is an ink from a sacred fruit. And she informally teaches people about what is happening in the war, how it came about as she's doing the henna on them. So this is very intimate. This is an intimate conversation. And not only is she making something beautiful from her culture on these people, but she's sharing what she's going through to educate people. Um, so it's basically informal teachings about the war. She hosts these events. She's partnered with Drexel's Muslim Student Association, the African Student Association, and other campus organizations to create fundraising events centered around henna. I'm reading this verbatim. That's what she's doing.